What's up, everybody? What is good with you? It's your boy Faiska, bringing that lightning, bringing that bolt. I got my two homies, actually my three homies today. I got the usual, Tyler's Wellness from Talented Academy, and your boy Ill Will, Professor. And my brother, Fat Boi. He's not fat, by the way, guys. I know I said that in the previous podcast about him being fat. He's not fat. I just call him Fat Boi because that's the nickname that I gave him when he was a kid. He still had these fat-ass cheeks. And he still had these fat-ass cheeks. I don't understand, like, why are your cheeks so damn fat? And he comes and says some weird shit to me, and I just bounce it off because my brother and I have a unique relationship. This is my best friend, man. But anyways, guys, special note for today. We are not drinking any tea. And I know it's like, whoa, this is Fill Your Cup podcast. It's the whole ritual. Like, yo, what is he doing? The reason why, guys, because we are participating in Ramadan. And so we do not adhere to an Islamic faith, however, but we just doing it for the experience, and we want to experience the culture. We want to understand the traditional aspects of it, because I think that's what's important. You immerse yourself in culture and experience, and that's how you become a unique and just more knowledgeable human being. And so we decided to go ahead and give this a shot, and we are loving it so far. So shout out to the people who practice the Islamic faith, and we're with you guys. We stand with you guys. But with that, guys, since we're not drinking any tea, we're gonna just get right into it. We're still gonna be filling your cup, and I hope your cup is filled with something good. All right, no bullshit, none of that bullshit. All right, my brother's about to say something. I'll tell him to shut the hell up. But all right, but anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. So, like I said, my brother was on a podcast, like 1 or 2 earlier. And so he was talking about, just what he does and whatnot. But I want him to talk to you guys about his experience as an amateur boxer pursuing a pro career. And, talk to him about, bro, your experience, bro, what you did just a couple of weeks ago. Talk to him about that.
Well, I was actually participating in a national tournament and a USA tournament. It was in Shreveport, Louisiana. And, that was my first time even being down south. I mean, I pretty much live in the damn bubble, unfortunately, sometimes. I just live in the only places I've been was really, like, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio, just like neighboring states. I mean, but besides that, that was my first time even being down south. But yeah, anyways, besides that, I participated in that tournament. I had 3 bouts. I mean, the total was 6 bouts. I know, like they like, damn, bro, you got out kind of early. Well, shit. I mean, I thought like the last fight, it was a really close fight. Unfortunately, I didn't get the nod from the judges, but it's all good. It was definitely a learning experience. That was my first national tournament. But anyways, it was definitely a very fun experience. Besides just making weight every day, you have to make weight, dude. I used to be like, I used to just be going crazy sometimes, dude. As soon as I will fight, dude, I like kid you not, I will literally go up like 10 pounds. So I really have to throw in the song suit as soon as I get done fighting just to make weight, and that's like a struggle.
Real quick, I want to ask you about the whole weight cutting experience and whatnot. How is that, man? And do you feel drained when you go ahead and participate in your fights?
No, I really don't. I actually would literally get like a pee like after every weigh-in. So what I would do is, luckily too, let me also add to that is they would have the weigh-ins like at 5 a.m. So, and the fights won't be till 5 p.m. And for me, since I was at 152, they would let the lower weight classes go a little bit earlier. So therefore, I won't fight till like sometimes 6:30, maybe even 7:30. So I have like 14 hours to like rehydrate. So then after that, I'll be feeling pretty good. Yeah.
Now, how much? Okay, so for the people out there that don't understand weight classes and whatnot, you fight at 152, right?
Yeah. So in amateurs, 152 translates to 147 in pro. It just like the weight classes are slightly different from amateur to pro, but 152 that's considered welterweight, and that was why he had to correct on the air that I am not Fat Boy. I am not a damn fat fuck. I literally have abs. Yeah, man, and I am not like an Andy Ruiz. No disrespect to Andy Ruiz, because he pretty much is a hell of a fighter, but still, I'm not like that.
Okay, so yeah, he's not like Andy Ruiz or whatnot, but shout out to him, man, because he's a phenomenal fighter. But anyways, yeah, so you fight at the 152 weight division in the amateur, and you talk about rehydration. Take us through the process of rehydration for people that don't know.
Yeah, well, with that would be for me to rehydrate. I will always like the first thing that I would drink is my pee. Like I would drink the entire thing, get all my electrolytes in, and then after that, I'll just keep. And then I'll probably take like a couple big gulps of water, and then just sip on that throughout the until my fight, of course. And I mean, make sure that I actually feel good and everything. And then after that, then I'll probably just eat a little bit, just carb up too. And then I might, just rest a little bit since I got up, really early in the morning just to weigh in. And then I will eat some later on right before the fight, like probably like 2 or 3 hours before my fight. And usually what I would eat is pasta because pasta, I would just really just carbo, just pack it all on. And I will also get like a Snickers right before my fight. I would literally eat the Snickers like an hour and a half before my fight. I will always do that just so I can get that sugar rush. Then yeah, that's after that. It's just a matter of just waiting and then it's just showtime.
So yeah, for our listeners on the air, or for our listeners, definitely, as you guys can, see and not see necessarily, but hear that it's a process through fighting and even bodybuilding, all that stuff where you have to cut weight and whatnot. But the rehydration process, you said it wasn't so tough. I definitely could relate to the Snicker experience, which I'll talk about in a separate podcast. But fighting, man, tell people what's it like to fight, because I never actually did a boxing fight. I did tournaments, martial arts tournaments, and spar. But for me personally, I never did an actual boxing match. That's totally different. You don't have those different variables. You actually just throwing hands. And so take us through that experience of what it's like. Link that to, your first fight into your last fight,
Well, I'm not gonna bore you guys with all the details. Well, like, okay, my first fight did this and that. Well, but I can definitely tell you, like, from my first fight, it was, it like still is. Which nothing has changed, but it's not as bad. I used to be like nervous as hell. I remember I used to be like, and I pretty much like still feel this way. I'd be like going through my head. I'd be like, boxing, like, why the hell am I doing this shit? I'd be like, why would anyone want to actually do this shit? It's like. I'd be like, why am I even putting myself, like, why am I even, like, trying to make weight? Like, why the hell, like, I could be, like, working, like, a job, just eating whatever I, like, want, but I'd just be like, why the hell am I doing this? It's like, and then I got, like, people across, like, I'm literally going inside a ring, and people, granted, this is actually COVID time, so there's not really too many people that can actually, spectate and, watch the fight. But I've been there with, like, full crowds, and I'm like, people are literally cheering so they can, like, watch me, like, get fucking killed in here. And people are, like, cheering, and people are drinking, just like, yeah. I'm just like, why the hell am I doing just entertaining these people? But then once I'm actually in there, I'm like, oh, man. Now it actually just reminds me, like, why I actually do it, just because I just fucking just love it. It just, like, I just like love hearing like the crowd cheers and like also like when you like land like that little big shot, then and then the crowd be like, ooh, then you like, oh yeah, like hell yeah, I'm about to just keep on fucking him up, keep on doing it, keep on hitting, and then like if a guy hits you with a big shot, and they had that same reaction, like, ooh, you like this, no, like, hell no, I'm about to try to go get that damn lick back. You like, oh, hell no. So it's definitely like a fun experience. But now for my last fight, that was like a, you know, I'm not gonna touch on the last fight. Cause I'm still a little pissed off from that. But I'm gonna go to the one before that, cause that one was a little bit more dramatic. Well, now my second to my last fight when I was over in Louisiana. Well, I fought against this one guy from Texas. Well, I didn't actually know this, but anyways, I'll actually tell you like afterwards when I get done telling him like how the fight turned out. Well, anyways, I get in the ring, I fight this guy. This guy, I mean, though, but before I even tell you when I got in the ring, this guy's already listening to like, like that damn trap music. Like he was fucking like aggressive, aggressive as hell. I'm not sure if it was King Von or somebody. He was talking about like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill this mother. Like he was over listening to some real aggressive shit. I'm just like, okay. Man, he gonna be one of those kind of guys. But anyways, we go into the ring. They do a little intros and okay, the bell rings. Now, anyways, I'm really just moving around trying to just fill him out. Man, I literally shoot like a right hand to the body because this guy like really just like chasing me down, trying to just land the big shot. This guy literally takes a little small step with an uppercut, drops me. I'm like, oh shit. I actually kind of felt this, like my damn like head's kind of ringing a little bit. I was like, okay. Then I like literally got up, and then the ref was counting like 1, 2. I'm just like, I'm good. I'm trying to make sure that the ref has no reason to actually stop this fight. This guy over here, like, let's go, let's fucking go. He's literally like, yelling out, cussing it, talking, told, and I didn't even hear his part, but literally my coach told me that he was like, yeah, I told you guys, nobody can like fuck with me or something like that. So I'm just like, okay, this guy's gonna try to run at me as soon as the ref counts. And that's what he did. He tried to land like a big shot. Just make sure I just have my damn hands up until I like fully cleared my head. And once I actually cleared my head, I said, okay. For guys who don't know this, but it's a risk, but it's actually, very effective. A lot of guys, when when you're fighting like a big puncher, they would try to just move around, try to use their angles, which that's very effective as well. But one thing that I like to do, shout out to Tyson Fury against Deontay Wilder, is back him up. When you actually back the big puncher up, you can actually take away their power. And just because I just like to use this example, I'd rather get hit by a car going backwards than a car going forward. So once I actually started backing him up, his power wasn't even there no more. I was like, oh shit, okay. Then I just pressured him, broke him down, just used volume. Then eventually he started to tire out. Then eventually he had absolutely no power. I just kept on just throwing punches and bunches. Just kept it going. Then and literally this guy's literally grabbing on, holding on. He just really just gasping for air. And then a couple rounds later, because in amateur boxing, we win 3 rounds. So by the 3rd round, I'm a little gassed too, but just not as tired as this guy. I'm really just throwing. And then the bell ring. Then I go congratulate him and congratulate his coach. He comes to my coach, that's just what we do in amateur boxing. Then it's time to announce the decision. And I was the winner unanimously. And that was like a really proud moment of mine, just because I was like, I literally came up from the damn ground and he literally knocked me down in like the first minute of the first round. I came back, bounced back, and still dug deep and still beat him. And that was like a really proud moment of mine, just because it's like, man, it really feels good just to come from adversity where somebody, like, where a lot of the people watching from the watching from the stands, like, man, this guy is pretty much over. This guy is done. And then you just, just come back and defy the odds, man.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so one, that's a super amazing experience. I haven't been in a boxing fight myself, but hearing that, I see it's a lot of endurance in there too and stuff. And for a lot of our listeners out here who haven't actually maybe even done a conditioning for a fight like that, what does your everyday kind of look like? How do you get ready for something like this?
Well, for me, I do a ton of running. Like the first thing I do when I wake up is, depending on the day, some days it might be like 3 miles and I might just up the speed and I might just do some sprints. And then for the most part, it's like 4 to 5 miles, sometimes even 6 miles, depending on if I ate like a really big meal last night and I had to like lose a little bit more weight. But yeah, it's like 4 or 5 miles. And then also, going to the gym later on that day. A lot of bag work, jump rope, shadow boxing, double end bag. For those who don't know what double end bag is, it's like a little small ball that like when you hit it like bounces back, so it helps you work on your timing and defense a little bit. And also the slip bag as well that helps you work on just strictly defense. And you just slip, throw a couple combinations. But the worst of all, I have a conditioning coach. Shout out to Coach John G. Man, he like pushes me in and out the gym, man. But anyways, I will actually meet up with him outside the gym. And he takes me through hell, like hell on like earth. Sometimes I just be like, man, when the hell is this workout gonna end? And I never know what I'm gonna really do when I go train with this guy, because sometimes he will really have me on a push sled. Then we might be on battle ropes. Sometimes he might just put on the bodysuit and I have to just go and just throw combinations for like 10 minutes straight sometimes. Or he might cause when I say us, I also have a partner who also boxes as well. And he also was with me at this tournament as well. But anyways, we will do like these really big hills. Like these hills are like humongous. Sometimes we will have ankle weights on, and we will be chopping wood sometimes. I know everything is just random, but that's how like random it is. I never really know what to expect. Sometimes he would take us out to the pool. We'll be shadow boxing in water for resistance. And what else? But anyways, I probably couldn't even like remember everything. Oh, yeah. Also, he also have us bike riding up steep hills as well, and that's like no joke. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I can pretty much name right off top. But yeah, but there's so many things that goes into just fighting, and also tons of sparring as well. I tried to. If I can, sometimes we would go, out of town for sparring. I went to Detroit before and tried to spar before. And now I went to Chicago before and spar. And also keep in mind, when I say sparring, when you spar like in your own gym, it's a lot more controlled. Just because you actually like know this guy more, and you guys are trying to really work. Now, when you go out of town, especially Detroit, these guys are like treating it like it's like a damn fight. So these guys are literally trying to rip your goddamn head off, like from your damn shoulders. And from your damn shoulders. And these guys do not really fuck around, man. These guys are throwing overhand rights with like left hooks, but they're like putting their whole damn body into these into these punches, man. You like this? Oh, okay. I remember one time I sparred this one guy. This guy literally came out throwing like he was a damn southpaw, so he was throwing right hooks, straight left hands. I was like, and then like literally he bust my damn lip. My damn like lip is like leaking. I was like this all like. I was just like, oh hell no, then I literally decided going back to try to hit his ass too, but it was crazy. Like these dudes, like I'm not sure if there's something in Detroit's area, but it's like these guys be like mad as hell for no fucking reason. So I'm like, god damn, who the hell fucking shit in your damn oatmeal, motherfucker? Damn, but I mean, it's definitely fun, but man, I would definitely tell anybody. If you going to Detroit, just make sure you're like mentally prepared that these guys is literally gonna try to like kill your ass. And then, I remember I was like talking to a couple guys and Jen was like, "Oh yeah, I want to go to Detroit." And then me, you know, I'm a really like brutally honest person. I'm like, bro, you know, until you get your experience up, I will not try to go to Detroit, dude, because these guys is gonna try to kill you, dude. Like, man, but like, anyways, man, that's all I gotta say about that, though.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That like the whole experience and whatnot. But you know what? Like, we're gonna bounce back with this, but the reason why I wanted him to talk about his experience is because ultimately, guys, he's doing what he loves to do, and yeah, you know, it's boxing. It's like literally sometimes there's jokes made about boxers like, are you an idiot? Why are you putting your head on the line? And I think I read an article today. What's his name? He's fighting today. The YouTuber guy, the Paul.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which I'm not even gonna get into the antics of that shit. That's bullshit. That he just he was born into this situation. It sucks. There's people that actually, you know, they fight their way to the top. This motherfucker just comes on here like, hey, I'm a famous YouTuber. I can do this, like,
and winning the fight.
like bum. I can't stand his ass. Like, I promise you. Like, if you ever hear us in the podcast, invite me to fight you. I'll be gladly to do that.
To fight Jake?
Yes, I would love to. You know, and I seen like
Jake Paul versus
Spence Cross. Yeah, fight. Yeah, come on, fight Iska. Come on. That way I could beat your ass real quick, and I could go ahead and put my family on, because obviously you know, I ain't gonna get into it. I'm a YouTuber too. I know the hard work that it takes, but I ain't gonna get into all that shit. Anyways, Canelo had made a comment about that guy, and I respect that comment that Canelo made. But anyways, that they said this guy is experiencing a signs of CTE. I think it's either Jake or the other one. I think it's Jake.
CTE.
Yeah.
Jake said that bullshit. I mean, I don't know how you can experience signs of CTE. I mean, shit. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I mean, unless you're really doing like other contact sports such as like football or other things like that, I don't understand how you can experience signs of CTE for a guy who's probably been boxing for maybe 2 or 3 years. And I'm not even sure how really dedicated he is, but let's say he's dedicated. I mean, shit. Dude, you gotta be getting your fucking head blasted in.
What is CTE?
Yeah, explain what CTE is.
What's it? Chronic traumatic. What was it?
One sec, guys. I'm looking up for you guys, cause
yeah, there you go. Look that up. But
oh yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
So it's chronic traumatic encephalopathy, because that's the brain. Encephalopathy. That is a mouthful. So, anyways, yeah, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. We're gonna say CTE, guys. But anyways, it's just trauma to the brain. You know, the encephalon is the brain, so it's trauma to that. And that's what I was wondering, because he made that comment. I'm just like, yo, you've been boxing like what, 3-4 years? You experienced it that fast? Like,
What he's saying,
yeah, that's crazy. So it's just like, are you taking, like, you must be taking some fucking blows. I think the biggest thing about boxing is, you rather take a big blow from a guy and be knocked out. That's why it's better to get knocked out than it is to actually take punishment. Because as even like as a fighter myself, not to the extent of my brother, because I'm 30 now, man. I got kids and shit. Well, I got a kid. Anyways, when you take that big shot, you're done, right? You just turn on, lights out. When you take punishment, that's where it's dangerous at. That's where football is dangerous because those linemen are taking punishment. It's not the reason you get knocked on your feet and you just get knocked out. Yeah, it's still bad. Don't get me wrong. But it's the punishment that you just keep withstanding. And your brain has the capacity. You just rattling around. And it can heal itself. The brain will heal itself, you know. But you have to give it time. And a lot of times, fighters, you know, when you love something so much, you're like, I want to go back in there. I want to go back in there. Knowing damn well you probably shouldn't go back in there, but it's fight or flight. And you're going to fight because you have that warrior mentality. And so you're putting yourself at risk at that point. So that's where it's really dangerous. It's knowing when to turn it off. That's why I have my brother like, turn off, stop. There's times where I have to even save him from himself when it came to sparring because that's enough for the day. I highly recommend if you guys want to get into boxing, don't spar bigger guys. Start off small. Don't try to rush it because this is your brain. Boxing is only a small portion of your life. Whether you do whatever you love to do, it's only a small portion of your life. You have life outside of that. Whether you have kids, you have a family, you're a son, daughter, whatever. Like you have family that love you and they want the best for you and don't want to see you in those situations. I certainly don't want to see my brother all beat up and stuff unless I'm whooping his ass. And if I'm not whooping his ass, I don't want nobody else whooping his ass. You know what I mean? Granted, I never seen him get his ass whooped in an actual fight. Not saying we're not gonna get into the whole record, but I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna be brutal now. My brother is really good. He still can't beat me, but he's really good. All right. But there's his L's he took when the fight was really close. But anyways, guys, I just really wanted to have that experience delivered to you guys because ultimately it's gonna tie back to what you love to do, what you are willing to do. This guy's willing to put his health on the line for the sake of himself. He's forging his own path because he's like, I love this sport. This is what I love to do. And by any means, I would never marginalize someone's passion because that's what they love to do. And I know Tyler speaks a lot about that. You know, turn your talent to income. That's what my brother is literally doing. He's doing the same thing. He's just doing it. He's forging his own path. So like, I wanted us to talk about like how we're like forging our own path in a way and creating, manifesting what we've like already been thinking about. Like how can we tie that in to all of this stuff my brother is talking about? I'll give it to Tyler first, then just pass it down.
All right. Hey, thanks for the mic. And yeah, one thing that I'm going to really hit on here is, as you said, he's crafting his own path. And I wrapped it up in like 4 words. I say, make yourself a priority, right? And so that's like really what he's doing. He knows what he wants and he's out here. He's putting the time in outside and inside, you know, the gym and everything to make sure this is happening. And each of us, we're also doing that. You know, we know exactly what we want. We have a goal for ourselves, a vision for what that is. We can break down what that vision is going to require of us to do. So that's our plan. That's the steps that we have to take. And we're willing to put in the time and effort that it takes to get that. So we're just relentlessly doing that. And if we have to, we'll revise our plan when things happen. Like COVID happened. We didn't expect that. But did any of us quit? No, we're all still going. We're all doing exactly what we're doing. And actually, we've all elevated. So that's what's crazy about it. And so, you know, when you decide exactly what it is you want, it doesn't matter what's happening in the world. There is simply steps that you have to take to get to that goal. And that's all it is. You just keep going for it.
Word. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that story, man. I haven't quite gone through the same exact experience as you, but I can definitely see that as very interesting, man. You're putting yourself out there, putting yourself out on a limb, but ultimately chase those dreams and attain that goal, you know. It's really interesting, man. You go through a lot. The fighting, I could just imagine, I could feel the energy as you're like, yeah, going into the ding, 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 and then you're about to get in there, and the crowd's watching you. It sounds crazy, man. But definitely, I know you're probably getting that feeling like those butterflies. And I kind of relate like to football. I remember going out on the field, you got the whole crowd watching, you know, cheerleaders, whoever it is, other team, parents, and, you know, everybody's watching, and it's just like, man, you get the kind of nervous feeling, that energy, you know, you get used to it after a while, and then it's just like, it's supposed to feel like that. It's a good feeling, you know, when you're going after something, whether it's, you know, sales or just trying to better yourself, create a business, you know, you're fighting for something, you're putting yourself out there, and you're getting those same butterflies. Maybe you're about to go do a motivational speech, or maybe you're about to start a podcast. Whatever it is, I try to put myself in that situation as well so that I can get that little bit of energy going and that kind of nervousness, because when you're doing something like that, that's how you know you're supposed to be doing that, because it's exciting, you know. So yeah, that's really huge, man. I can also relate to that, the journey of the fighter, man, and the fighter story. You know, I feel like we're all fighting. We're all fighting something. You know, we're all fighting to carve a better path for ourselves, a career path, or just chasing after those dreams, whatever it is. You know, we're all fighting, waking up. Maybe some of us are not in the greatest health, or whatever it is. You know, you're fighting to get your health back, fighting for your health, your relationships, for your wealth. So I definitely can relate to that. I know as an entrepreneur, you have to get up and you have to fight every day. You know, different adversaries are going to pop out, different circumstances, but you're going to have to figure out a way to go under it, around it, or over it. And, you know, play defense and play offense, or however it is that you have to play it. So I definitely can relate to that fighting journey, man, and just to keep fighting. So I hope you guys enjoyed his experience. And allows you to give you some insight and some courage to get into the ring and spar with that opponent, you know, in whatever field that it is that you're in. I just want to ask you real quick. You said you were backing him down in that in that last fight. Does that mean that you're kind of coming after him more, or are you playing defense? No, okay, so you're coming after him, chasing him down, getting him to back up. Yeah, let's talk. Let's see it.
Yeah, I was actually walking him down, and honestly, for me, that's not really like something that I do naturally, because to me, I'm more of a counter puncher, so I personally like people to come to me, but at that moment, I was like, okay, showtime,
Sometimes
bitch.
you have to master
Yeah,
the
but
intensity,
I'd be like, okay, since he wouldn't play games like that and knock me down, I said, okay, bitch. You know, because some people actually get scared when they get knocked down or like hurt or blood, like with blood. To me, that actually like fuels me. I'm like, okay, motherfucker. I'm about to like fucking just kill your ass now. Kill your ass. Cause to me, I take it like you just humiliated me in front of all these good people.
He said good people though.
All these damn good people. And then keep in mind, that's not even including people that's watch it on the damn stream. And then I also know that my older brother's watching. My damn older brother, I actually look for his approval still. Even though I'm 22 and he's 30, I don't even like give a damn shit. I'd be like, oh, okay, my damn older brother watching me, so I know I can definitely put on for him. So I was like, okay, I'm about to just go in there and go ahead and go get this motherfucker for that shit.
So yeah, when I saw him get dropped, it definitely I didn't even like freak out. Just like, yeah, that's what happens. I told him how many times not to drop his right hand when he does.
No, it's the left hand.
It's just left hand.
Try the right hand.
Yeah,
drop the left hand.
He would drop his left hand when he would throw the right hand to the body. And I've been telling him this for years. I said, bro, somebody's gonna catch you one day, because there's one guy I had saw him when he had went to the Chicago show, and I didn't understand. Like, for me as a fighter, when I'm in that ring, when I spar people, I'm very I read people. And so I can tell like what works. And so I'm surprised that guy didn't do that against you. But when I see him, my brother get dropped, I knew he was good, because I'm like, it was in fighters' terminology is that was one of those flash knockdowns where it doesn't hurt you, but it's just like, oh shit. Because I've been in a tournament where I got knocked down before, and it's like, oh shit, like he really knocked your shit, just blacks out, and you lose control, and then you wake up and you're like, I'm on the fucking ground. Let me get my ass. I'm about to beat his ass now, because that's some bullshit. So I understand that aspect, because it pisses you off. But like, he dropped his hand. I'm like, I told that nigga, do not drop your hand. When he called me, I was like, you see what I'm saying, bro? I knew that shit was gonna come. You're gonna get a fight that's gonna understand. He's gonna catch you, and then boom. I've been telling you for how long? I've been telling this guy for years. I told my brother this for years. I said, don't drop your left hand, bro, when you throw that right hand. It's lazy. Keep that hand up so you can guard yourself. And it happened. And so I wasn't tripping. I was just like, okay. I mean, he got him. It wasn't a shot that I knew hurt him. It was just flashed him. So you know the shots that hurt people. You're like, oh, that hurt him. But when you're just flash, you just like, okay, it got him. It woke him up. So now you're going to see how you respond, because usually when someone gets a flash knockdown, they're like, I'm about to go after his ass. When you might have flashed him, but you didn't hurt him. So you got to be careful, because sometimes I see instances where people actually get a flash knockdown and then they get their ass whooped. And it's just like they think they won. It's like, nah, that was a flash. You got to understand the differences. But that just comes with more experience. But yeah, certainly I wasn't tripping. I knew he would come back. And after that, you just start whooping that nigga's ass. Like he whooped his ass. I was like, I thought for a minute he's going to knock him down or knock him out. But he came after. I know the first guy you had dropped his ass. But yeah, it was that was the first fight. But anyways, yeah, the second one, like I said, he overcame that adversity. Now we'll get into the third fight, because that's a fucking robbery. And like I said, I'm gonna be honest with or without. If I say my brother got his ass, I'm like, that nigga got his ass whooped. No, he won that fight. But
And think about it though, if I would have won that fight, I would have been ranked. Fucked. I literally would have been ranked on the USA boxing rankings, because the guy ended up getting ranked that, so-called beat me. It was a split decision. So that's like 3 judges thought he won, 2 judges thought I had won. And literally he fought again. I mean, I'm not, I respect all my opponents, win, lose, whatever. I mean, unfortunately in amateur boxing, there's no draws. But yeah. Anyways, he ended up fighting another guy. The next fight, I literally thought he lost that fight too. And the guy from California was fucking just as damn shocked as I was when I had lost.
so yeah, and that's the thing. When he had called me, I was like, no. When I was watching, my mom was watching it on the big screen. And so I'm like, oh yeah, Jay won that fight easily. Like I thought that was his best, actual fight during the whole tournament. Like I was like, I said that was his best one. I was like, that was a good one. And I'm like, okay, he won. I walked away out of the chair, and they said out of the red corner, right? Yeah. I was like, wait, what? So then he calls me literally not 5 minutes later, and he's like, bro, it was a close fight. I'm like, that wasn't a close fight, bro. You whooped that guy. And my brother was like, I'm gonna call you back. And I'm thinking, okay, he gonna call me back because they made a mistake. So they're probably gonna reverse the dub, whatever, for that guy, give it to my brother. Because I was like, it was obvious. Nope. I was like, whoa, you actually lost. So that fight, I sent it to people who ever want to see it. And so anyone can see for themselves, like, wow, that's crazy. So it was definitely a robber. I felt bad because, he really wanted it, and I could tell. And I know what it's like to go through something. You put your heart and soul in something, you get robbed. You feel like you got robbed, And that's the thing about. That's why I tell my brother, sometimes you can't leave it in the hands of your judge. You either got to whoop that motherfucker's ass, or you have to knock their ass out, flat out. You can't be in there and just be like, oh, I'm going to go in and get beat him. And the judge is like, no, kill that motherfucker. It's for real, from Aaron Yeager shit, it's kill or be killed in there. And so you actually have to have that mindset. And so he took his L. Shout out to the guy that won. You didn't win that against my brother, but that's just, I'm gonna say that. But anyways, yeah, that whole experience is just crazy. It's crazy. And I hope you listeners were able to take some from it. And I know I took some away from it, because it's just like I live in this world. I see it. I live with the guy, so I understand the world that he's experiencing. But I certainly don't understand his walk of life, because I'm not in his walk of life. I'm just alongside him. But anyways, I think that was a good talk. What you guys think?
I think so.
That was a good one. That was a solid one.
Yeah,
so.
man. And,
Anything else you want to say real quick before we go ahead and close out?
The only thing I'll probably say is that, oh yeah, I know what he was saying earlier is that, when us fighters, we, put our bodies at harm all the time. But that's because, man, we have so much passion for this sport. And also, man, dude, I go into a headspace sometimes, especially if it's a fight that it's a lot riding on it. I literally go in. I mean, I know a lot of people probably don't, agree with this, and I know I can't say, what my brother feels about this. Maybe we can get his opinion right after I get done saying this. That I literally be like, man, if I literally if I literally had to like die in this ring today, I will be cool with that just so I can win this damn fight. It just like I never thought when I first got into the sport, I never thought that I would actually think and say things like that. But just like the more you invest into something, the more you're like willing to just make like the ultimate sacrifice for it. And I just feel like with that is feel like I put so much time, so many hours into this that I will be willing to put my life on the line just to win a damn fight. A lot of people like, man, why not fight? Why not, live and fight another day? To me, I see every fight as a stepping stone to get to that ultimate goal that where I actually want to be in this sport. So I will be willing to, die in there. I don't care if I have to have a concussion or anything. I will be willing to do anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close out shortly, but I definitely want to just say that I think that's with anyone that loves something. I said it before too, doing the stuff that I do, that I'm gonna leave everything out right here. I don't care what I put my body through. And I think with everyone that's invested in something, they love something so much, whether that's your mom, your dad, your kid, your grandma, whoever, when you love something so much or a person, you're willing to do everything. You're willing to sacrifice yourself for the sake of that person or that dream. So I agree with that. Do I agree with the point that you should do it? No. But when adrenaline kicks in, I know what decision you're going to make, and I have to honor that. I don't agree with it, but I do understand that. I will honor that because I know I will do the same thing for what I love to do. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys were able to take something from it. I hope your cups were filled. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We occupied a lot of your time. This is probably the longest podcast I think we had, so we had a lot to say. But I definitely want to have my brother on there, and certainly I'm going to have him on in future podcasts, as well as our previous guest from before, my cousin. Shout out to M. Shafe, Marcus Schaefer. But anyways, fellas, anything else you guys want to add?
Solid. Keep fighting.
Solid, yeah.
Keep fighting.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah. As we were talking, heavily about passion and everything out there, our listeners, you might not know what your passion is, what you're willing to put everything, on the line for. And that's perfectly fine. But the thing is, you have to at least get started trying some things, right? And everything that you currently like is because someone introduced it to you in some kind of way, you started it or whatever. And so you're going to find your passion through trying new things and exploring what it is that's unknown to you currently, or even what you already know, and diving deeper. So again, you have free time in the day, you have 24 hours in a day. Find some time, an hour, just try something new and make yourself a priority.
No doubt. Totally agree with that. Well, look, guys. Will, did you want to add anything, bro?
I can drop some gems on it
For sure.
a little bit. All right, man. So I was talking to my cousin about this earlier, man. Bruce Lee, once again, one of his famous quotes was, I think it was like, the ultimate warrior is just the average man with laser-like focus. Oh, yeah. And, when I see Jay and he's out here and he's fighting, he's chasing his dreams, he's waking up at God knows what time to go out there and do his 6-mile runs. Later, he's going to do some sparring. Later, he's going to go with Coach John G, and he's just hardening. He's dropping the weight. He's focused on chasing that one dream and that one thing, I just feel like that's the best use of your potential, because if you're out there, say you have like your laser pointer, and you're pointing at all this stuff, there's these obligations and there's this other focus and this other thing that you want to, new shiny thing that pops up, your laser is going to be spread too thin to do any damage. But if you just charge that beam and point it at that one single thing, or even in things that are in the same area, it's going to be a lot more powerful. So yeah, I can just say to stay focused, man. Focus on your dream and be willing to die if you have to chase down your dreams, man, and make the ultimate sacrifice, where that's the partying, that's the drinking, the smoking, the trash friends, or just people who don't see your vision for you. Stay away from them. Walk away if you have to. Walk away. So yeah, and just to stay focused, man, so you can be that ultimate warrior.
And also, let me actually add something. Is the way that I actually view my dream, my life, and I feel like a lot of other people should. I'm not gonna say actually. Let me actually take a couple steps back on that. I don't think that people should do this, but this is the way that I choose to do it. I believe in quality of life over quantity. If I live to 40 or 50 years old, I'm fine with that as long as I get to accomplish everything that I wanted to do in this actual life. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I want to actually accomplish something that people in my family or people around me couldn't do. I always think that try to do what people couldn't do, and if I know boxing isn't good for me, but if I die at 45 or 50, I am totally fine with that. As long as I got to just do what my heart's out to actually do, I'll be fine with that. I mean, I feel like what's the point of living a very long time that's a very long life that's like empty, that didn't have no meaning behind it? I mean, someone that just does something that they hate doing. I mean, if you have a job that you love doing now, like that's always great. But if you have a job that you hate doing and you're doing it for the rest of your life, I mean, what kind of quality of life is that? I mean, that's why I believe that everyone, even that guy that's working at a shitty job, you can find a way out. You can't just figure out what is your purpose, figure out a way to get someone to pay you for it, and you can just do that and just do whatever it takes to make that dream real. And I'll just pass over to you.
Man, I felt that. You can get out. Man, I felt that, bro. Yeah, and what Will was saying too, just having that focus. It's like what's his name? Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank. He said something. I was watching an episode a couple days ago. He said, you know what the strongest characteristic of someone who to be successful? Of anybody. Laser-like focus, man. That's all it takes. It's the universal formula. When you focus on something and you think, you shit it, you breathe it, it's gonna come. It might come tomorrow, it might come a day later, it might come next year, 10 years. No one is really overnight success. They've been working. They just happened. Someone came across that, and that's where you see the overnight success. But they was working their ass off. You just didn't see it. Because it's what they do in the dark, that's what comes to the light. With that, fellas, we're going to go ahead and close out this podcast, man. We've been on this month for a minute. Y'all like, man, we got some jewels. I'm ready to go home. I ever do this shit, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, man. Look, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. It's your boy, Spence Crosby, a.k.a. Faiska. I'm going to go ahead and let the fellas sign out. Y'all already know the deal. I'm going to say Ashe because I'm out. Ashe. Y'all close out for me.
All right.
It's your boy, Professor Ill Will, closing out, man. You can't change the waves, but you can learn to surf. So learn to surf, y'all. Learn to surf. New Wave Coaching. I'm out.
And Tyler Wellness here with the Talent Income Academy. And as we mentioned here, you can turn your passions, your talent and skills into income. And if you're looking to do that, join the Talent Income Academy. Tyler signing out. Ashe.
It's your boy Jay Pierce, Justin Pierce, out here putting holes in these fucking niggas' heads each day, taking motherfuckers' heads to the damn hospital each day. Make sure a fucking dent is in their head. Each dent.
Close my damn podcast now.
They said a damn dent a day keep the doctors in fucking business. I don't know.
All right, y'all. We out. We having a good time. Peace. This nigga.